Hello guys, welcome back to another video. So in this one, I'm going to be talking about some beliefs and values that I have set out for myself to live by. And this is something I wrote in 2022, and that was in June, right? First one is always take responsibility, whether it's yours or not. Now, the idea that I got for this point was from Jordan Peterson in his concept of like a mother that is overprotective of the child, wants to always a mother that never abandons her child, right? So because of that, normally because like the mother is like that, right? They want to take care of you, do all the work for you. And as a son or as someone who is trying to be responsible, you should never let your parents or anyone do your job for you. And that was something I was going through on like in 2022, and I've taken some steps in which I have deliberately just set some goals. Like the day before when I was journaling, right? I would set some goals and I would say, okay, this day I'm gonna do something so that I'm being responsible for my own actions and I'm just making, I'm not taking like, I'm not making someone else do the work for me, right? So yeah, so first one is always take responsibility, whether it's yours or not. Next one, do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. What comes in mind when you just hear that? Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. Whenever I think of that, I think of discipline and how I can be a better version of myself. Because it is only through doing hard things in our lives that we actually improve. Anything. Now, in the book, The Slight Edge, the main principle is that we should really focus on the small things in our life that have the most impact into the person we want to become. So for me, if I want to become a programmer, the small thing is just showing up every day in front of my computer right now and just coding. That would be the smallest thing. And I should keep on doing that thing every single day and being consistent in it. And over time, that will eventually just lead to success. Because it is the idea of the slight edge. That you just do something so simple, something that you don't even think about that is like important, but that small thing becomes your catalyst or like becomes your tool in which you can actually lead to success. A point to tie that with is always do the same thing every day. So in the notes, I've just written quite a lot here. Always do the same thing every day. Now this is about consistency, and it relates back to the point of doing the hard thing, especially when you don't feel like it, because you might not feel like might not feel wanting to go to the gym and hit legs workout, but you should just keep doing it. Just do it anyways, even if you don't feel like it. And know that the action that you're gonna take by going to the gym will actually like give you results in the future. You need to be patient, definitely. Don't ever think like, if I start a skill, I'll be successful right afterwards. Don't think that. When I first began programming, or just recently when I just started on actually going serious about programming, I knew I was gonna suck. I knew I was not the best at all. But sometimes our ego likes to get in the way and then just wants to say that no, we're better than this. And then because our ego gets in the way, we just want to just take shortcuts so that we can feel good about ourselves after completing something. Right now, I'm building a React.js project on, it's like a catering app, you could say, which is like a part of a project in one of the Udemy courses I'm doing on. And right now, I really, really, really want to take the shortcut and just see how to do something. So it's about how to add like a pop-up screen after clicking on the cart shopping menu, like shopping cart icon. And I'm not able to do that, and how I can like leverage or use context hook, use state hook, and how I can like render the pop-up using JSX and things like that. So yeah, just do things that you don't feel like doing and just do the same thing every day. At that time, when I first wrote this, I said wake up at 6 and exercise. That was my one thing. Now, talking about the one thing, there's a book named The One Thing by Gary Keller. The premise of the book, or the focusing question that the author Gary Keller wants you to consider on everything you're doing in life is, what is the one thing I can do such that everything else will become easier or unnecessary? Now that's a journaling question right here. You should journal that and just find what your one thing is. Now you'll find that when you're journaling, you have a lot of things that you want to actually accomplish that will actually make your things life easier, right? What you want to find, you want to go deep down. You want to find the one thing upon that list of goals that you have. And that is actually how you're going to find your one thing and how that is going to lead to success. If you have also read Atomic Habits, it talks about systems and how you should create systems for your goals instead of just having goals. Never just have a goal, and never just compare like your progression to the end result of your goal, because that is never gonna work. You should create a system for the goal you have set, and through that system, that is how you are going to be able to compare and see how you have improved, right? Next one, find your purpose and dedicate 100% of your life in it. Our purpose changes a lot. When I wrote this, my purpose is to live a masculine, elegant life composed of trustful friends. Now, I'm not saying that that is false, but I think I've kind of changed. My purpose right now is actually to help my family. And especially like there's problems in the family, not my family, but like in the family tree, you could say, in which they're going through a lot of debt. And that's very tough on the kids, my cousins, or you could say. It's very tough for them to get a normal life because of the wrongful decisions that their parents make. And it is my purpose that I have set to pay the debt and also just create a situation where my parents don't have to work at all in a job they don't want to work. So that's my purpose right now, but before one, it was to live a masculine, elegant life composed of trusted friends. And this is something I got from First Man, who is like my role model, you could say. I'm very inspired by the guy and kind of think in terms of what he thinks like. So it's just wanting to live a classy lifestyle, traveling places, meeting women or anyone, and just like being a part, being someone important, and being respected. Next one is change your environment to align with your purpose. There's another book I read, Journey to Ixtlan by Carlos Castaneda. And this is a book recommendation I got from Jordan Peterson. In that book, a chapter talks about how you should forget your past, or just like try to remove your personal history. Your personal history is something that is placed upon you whenever you've been in the same environment for a long time. It's like your first impression, like, you know, the first impression that you make on someone, it's never going to change. And in the same environment, if you're in the same environment over and over again, those people who have their own expectation and impressions on you, they will just drive you down and not make you want to change. So that is actually the aim of this point, which is change your environment to align with your purpose, or just removing your personal history. So I think a goal that I'm like really, it's not really a goal, like a actual goal I'm thinking in mind, but something I want to do is move out or move to a country so that I can be in a new environment to rediscover myself and improve. Also, back, I think 2023, I was in a very bad rut. I didn't want to do anything. All I did was play League of Legends all day. It was my HSC years, which is like the final high school exams, you could say, that you take to do your, to get into a university. And throughout my whole HSC years, I basically just played League of Legends for like 6 hours a day, which was very unhealthy. And I would say to my parents that I'm studying, which I clearly wasn't, and I feel like an idiot now because of that. But yeah, so what I did to fix my addiction to League of Legends was I decided to buy equipments. Like I basically changed my room layout. If you see here around this area, there used to be a table, like from here to here. It's a very small table, but what I did was I changed the table to a standing table, and I basically just got a new desk, or I mean a new bed that I bought with my own money as well. It made me very proud, and I was really happy that I actually changed, because deep down I knew that something had to change. And this, by changing the environment, ever since that moment I haven't really done any, like, I have played League of Legends, I'm not gonna lie, but I haven't played so much that it will detriment my life. So maybe like 2 games, but even that, I feel at the end of just playing it, I don't feel happy with playing it. It's just, I think like I wasted my time by playing it. So that's also something I want to reduce, you know, just reduce League of Legends, because it's very unhealthy, high dopamine, instant gratification, just really bad. If you guys are going through addiction or anything like that, just message me in the comments below, and I think I'll be able to help, because from when I was a child, I've been very obsessed. When I first came to Australia in year 7, so when I was like 13, 12-ish, I basically changed my whole identity unknowingly. In Nepal, where I grew up with the friends there, I was very social, you could say. I was very social and very happy and just getting along with everyone. But once I came here, something just changed. I felt like an outcast. And because of that, I discovered anime, and the first anime I watched was Naruto. After finishing Naruto, do you know what happened? Do you know what thought that came into mind? I was literally just crying, and I was like, okay, let me forget, like, please God, just remove all my thoughts about Naruto so that I can watch it again. Sounds so fucking stupid, but that was in my mind in year 7, and I wanted to, because I didn't know any other animes, right? It's just Naruto that I knew of. So yeah, so it's like that is how far I was, and I've gone from that to this right now in the journey of self-improvement, and I think I can add a lot of value to you guys. So yeah, basically just let me know in the comments and I'll try to help you. Right now I'm just a small creator, I have a lot of time, so I can definitely help. Okay. Last one I'm going to talk about is regulate your dopamine intermittently. So intermittent schedule your dopamine. That is a concept I got from the Huberman Lab podcast. You know, I think you guys know about Andrew Huberman. He's been a very big scientist, or like a very big podcaster in this space in 2022 to 2023. He's been a great teacher to me because I've learned a lot of things from his podcast, especially the one on dopamine, which talks about how whenever we engage in instant gratification activities, our dopamine levels spike up. But what happens is that gradually after some time, so it's gonna keep going. It might still be constant, but then it's gonna go bam. So if that's your baseline, and this is where you start out with, your dopamine goes up, maybe it's constant, but then bam, and it's actually going below your baseline. Whenever your dopamine is below what your body requires, you're gonna feel shit and you're gonna feel depressed and you're gonna seek for more dopamine activities, which is gonna keep spiking up. And the more the dopamine spikes up, the worse the crash will be and you'll feel shit. So that's the problem with drug addicts as well, because they take drugs, they want more and more drugs because they want to feel the same pleasure they felt the first time they tried it, which they will never fucking experience. It will not be the same. Of course, I haven't taken drugs, but I think that is definitely how it will go. Or any cocaine. I haven't taken any cocaine, drugs, alcohols. I'm not interested in any of that. So yeah, basically just schedule your dopamine. Don't make sure you're not on your phone a lot of times. Make sure you're controlling your scrolling. Make sure you don't fucking just do bad habits. Just replace bad habits with good habits, with like reading books, meditating, things like that. And I say meditating because I have not meditated, so it's advice for myself as well, because I want to be a more present person, you could say. I have a lot of things going in my head, and sometimes it really affects my productivity at work, and like it's just my daily things. And yeah, that's basically like one of my aims as well, just being more spiritual, more religious, and more present in the moment. And I think we all can agree that if we're present, we're happy. And with that, that's basically all my beliefs and values that I want to live by in 2024 as well. So this was 2022 I wrote in, but I also want to continue on doing this activities this year as well. Hope you guys got anything of value. If you did, let me know. And if you have any problems with addictions or anything of the sort that I experienced or went through, like video games, anime, K-dramas, or any of that instant gratification bullcrap, just let me know in the comments below and I'll try to help if I can. But that's it for today. See you guys tomorrow. Peace.